Hi folks, welcome back to Stacey Can Can. I am making Lemony Eggplant Caponata. The emphasis, according to the Googles, is on the last syllable of caponata. I'm butchering it, but at least I'm wearing my little Italian apron today, which I actually did get in Little Italy in New York, so I'm kind of excited about it. I'm using this recipe from the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. Again, great tested recipe. So the ingredients that we need today are a cup of finely chopped onion, 2 pounds of tomatoes, you need a yellow bell pepper, 6 cups of diced eggplant, or they're cubes, but they're going to be kind of in a cubey sort of a shape. Let's see, I'm reading my thing here again. We need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons salt, a teaspoon of pepper, 1/3 of a cup of green olives, 1/4 of a cup of capers, a tablespoon of lemon, like the lemon zest, so we got to zest it, and 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1/2 of a cup of bottled lemon juice. Remember, we have to add an acid for proper preservation, so you do need to use bottled lemon juice, not fresh squeezed lemon juice. Once again, the acid rate and the pH, it varies so much from lemon to lemon, fruit to fruit on that piece. So the commercially produced bottled lemon juice gives you consistent pH, so for proper shelf stabilization. So the tools, we do need our funnel. Right here, we need our funnel. We need our jar lifter. That was the lid lifter that I'm now going to wash. So we have a jar lifter, Headspace tool. We will bubble today, and a ladle. So with that, let's get started. Chopped up all of the eggplant. We got our 6 cups here. So we dump this into our stock pot. We've got our 2 pounds of tomatoes chopped as well. I've got a cup of onion and 1 yellow pepper, bell pepper, chopped and cored and seeded, etc. We're also going to add in our 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, our 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, our 2 teaspoons of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to bring this up to a boil. Give it a good stir. I turned the heat on high, and once it comes up to a boil, we will then let this simmer. Drop the heat to a simmer, and let it cook for about an hour, because we want to really get it to reduce. I got it to a boil, and now I've reduced the heat. We're going to just gently boil for about an hour, is how long it's going to take to get it thickened. So just you want to kind of pop in and stir it a little bit as you go. This has been cooking for about an hour now, and it really has thickened up quite a bit, as you can tell. Got real nice and saucy here. So I'm going to go ahead and add, this is the 1/3 of a cup of chopped olives. We've got our capers here. I believe that's 1/4 of a cup. We've got our lemon zest. This is a tablespoon of lemon zest here. Just trying to do what I can to get it out. Our lemon juice. This is a 1/2 of a cup of lemon juice, of the bottled lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of honey. And we're going to return this to a simmer and cook for an additional 10 minutes. Our mixture is done simmering here, and I've got my jars have been heating up in the canner as we go. I am using this funnel because it's got a 1/2 inch headspace. That's kind of its measurement there. But it's a little bit off because I am using wide mouth jars at the moment. So I am kind of scooching around the edges here to just release some of the bubbles. Checking for the headspace. I'm doing good for that. So we got a 1/2 inch there. I've got my lids that have been heating up. It's a little on the hot potato side, so careful with that. Clean the rim really well. Add your lid. Finger tighten with the ring, and that's all you need to do. And then into the canner it goes, and repeat. All the jars are in the canner now, and I have it set up to high. Once it comes to a rolling boil, we'll go ahead and set the timer for 35 minutes to process these jars. We have a rolling boil, so I've set the timer for 35 minutes. Timer's gone off after 35 minutes, so I turn the canner off, and we're taking the lid off as well, and I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes to let the canner rest before removing the jars. The timer's gone off, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the jars. And remember, when you remove the jars, it's just up and over. Don't worry about the water on top of the jar. And look at that color, isn't that pretty? And this, my friends, is Lemony Eggplant Caponata. And I am saying it totally wrong. There's an emphasis on the last syllable, but I can only do so much in a day. So the recipe did say it would make 4 1/2 pints or 4 8-ounce jars, which is a 1/2 pint. And I ended up with 7 actually. So I don't know if it's just that my vegetables maybe had more oomph to them than some, and so just keep that in mind. It did make a little bit extra than anticipated. So the recipe is down below, as is, and also please like and subscribe my page. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, input, insight, by all means, please reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey CAN CAN. You can @ me on Instagram and TikTok at Stacey CAN CAN. My website is www.staceycancan.com, and my email is info@staceycancan.com. Thanks again for joining me today, and until next time, happy canning.